I recently picked up the S2000, the AP1, and I went out and looked at them, and I was looking at clean title ones, I was looking at salvage title ones, and I ended up buying one with the salvage title. And the reason that I bought one with the salvage title is because it was still a very clean car, and the frame was straight, the engine was good, and the price was right. And so when some people on YouTube ask, would you buy a salvage title car? Yes, I just did. I ended up buying a salvage title car. And the reason is, if the car is in good shape and you're going to build a track car out of it anyways, salvage is a good place to start, because if you crash it at the track, you're not going to be very upset with yourself because the car didn't cost that much money in the first place. So anyways, the first thing I wanted to do on this car, I want to keep everything very low cost. The first thing that I want to do on this car is install an intake. So I pulled the bumper off, I went on the S2000 classifieds and I bought a AEM intake, and I like the AEM intake because it makes a really good sound. I bought the intake for 140 bucks. I pulled the bumper off, I installed the intake, and I also pulled off the headlights, and I had to bake them, clean out the insides, and you can see on my Instagram how the headlights didn't look very clear. So I fixed that, I put the intake in, and it sounds really great. The intake is a great mod because it makes the car sound really good. And so you pretty much just do that for the sound. Another thing that I wanted to do was I cut a hole in the bumper where the intake is, and I did that with the BMW on the racetrack. I took the headlight out. It lowered my lap time just a little bit, and it also made the car accelerate more. I was getting higher top speeds on the straights on the racetrack, and so I wanted to see if that would have the same effect on the S2000. So when we take this AP1 out to the racetrack, we're going to run it with that duct open, and then we're going to close the duct and compare data, see if I'm picking up any speed, see if I'm dropping lap times with that little modification. Who knows? I mean, I never thought removing the headlight on the BMW would have such a good effect, but it did have an enormous effect. And so that's why we're doing that. People on YouTube like to argue over that stuff without actually getting out and doing it. And part of the fun in this is actually getting out and trying things and seeing what happens, because there is a gap in theory and practice, and you can read textbooks all you want, but you don't get the answer until you actually go out and try it. So that is what I'm doing. I'm keeping this AP1 very low cost. We need to do brakes and tires and then go out to the track and see how it does. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and enjoy your car.